Hey guys, I'm LDP and today's video is kind of a first for me in a few different ways. So firstly, this is the first time I've ever made a tutorial on this channel for a completely hand-sewn plushie, and I think that's really cool. So if you don't have a sewing machine, you can still do this completely by hand, which is really great, I think. I also often see you guys asking for patterns in the comments on my plushies, and so for the first time I have tried to make a pattern for this one. So that pattern will be linked as a PDF down in the comments below, and you can just download it and print it out and work from that, and I'll show you what to do with it in the rest of the video. Anyway, I really love this little elephant plush, and I think he's so cute, and he makes a perfect gift for friends. You can pretty much just sit down and make him in an afternoon and put on some series while you sew him by hand, and that's really fun to do. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this.
To make your own elephant plush, you will need my mini elephant plush pattern, which is linked below, some grey felt, grey thread, a pair of plastic safety eyes, the ones I used were 5mm wide, some stuffing, pins and needles, and a pair of scissors. Start by printing out the pattern and cutting out the pattern pieces. You should have 5 pattern pieces: the head, the inner body, the outer body, the head gussets, and the ear. Pin these pieces onto the grey felt and cut out the number of pieces specified on each pattern piece, so 2 heads, 4 ears, and so on. Cut some thread and thread a needle, tying a knot in the end of the thread. Take the 2 outer body pieces and match them up, then match the inner body piece to the arms and legs on the outer body and fold it in half. You should be able to see how far into the outer body the end of the inner body lies. This is the point from which you should start sewing. Start stitching from this point up towards the elephant's back. I am using a simple blanket stitch to sew the pieces together. Once you reach the top of the body, place the inner body piece between the outer body pieces like you did before, and see where the inner body lies at the top. When you reach this point, stitch twice in the same place, then knot your thread securely and cut it off. Match up the arms and legs of the outer body piece and the inner body piece and pin them together. At this point, you'll probably realize that I'm not great at making patterns, and the arms on the outer body are slightly larger than the ones on the inner body. Trim the outer body arms down to the same size as the inner body arms to solve this problem. Start stitching the inner and outer body pieces together in the same way you stitched the 2 outer body pieces together. When you start to approach the spot where you started stitching, knot your thread a little way away to ensure you have a hole through which you can stuff the body. Stuff the elephant's body until it is as full as you want it to be, and then stitch the opening closed. Next, take your head gussers and place the thinner end at the bottom of the elephant's head, where the trunk meets the head. Start stitching from here around the rest of the head. When you reach the end of the gussers, you should be near the front of the elephant's head. Knot your thread and trim it off. Place the other side of your elephant's head on to match the other side and start stitching from the base of the trunk up around the trunk and along the gussets to secure this side of the head. Before you start sewing together the gussets and the head, make a small hole on either side of the head and add your safety eyes. If you do not have safety eyes, use some black felt or beads instead. Continue stitching around the head until you reach just before the point where you started. Leaving a small gap, knot your thread and trim it off. Start stuffing the head through the gap you left, and once the head is full enough, stitch the stuffing hole closed, knot your thread and trim it. Next, stitch the head to the body very carefully. This is a bit tricky, but just keep adding stitches to the neck area until the head is securely attached. Once the head is securely attached, knot your thread and trim it off. Next, start sewing the ears. Place 2 of your 4 ear shapes together and stitch around the edge. You don't need to leave a stuffing gap in the ear as it doesn't have any stuffing, so stitch the entire way around and then knot and trim your thread. Stitch an ear onto one side of your elephant's head, stitching around the curve at the back of the ear to ensure that this is secured properly. When it is sewn on, knot and trim your thread. Repeat this on the other side of the head with the other ear, and your elephant plush is complete!
Watching, guys, and let me know in the comments below if you want more patterns for plushies in the future, because I'm going to try and make them for, if not all, at least most of my plushies that I make from now on. Don't forget to leave me a comment telling me what else you want to see me make and what tutorials you'd like to see in the future.